Okay, hi, good morning. It is Wednesday. We're gonna start, if you have a couch, I'm gonna use the couch or a bench and then a mat. It's a new move, so bear with me. So you're gonna be seated here. I'm gonna walk through. There's gonna be a hop involved. So any modification, you would just put your feet up on the couch or bench. So you're here sitting. You're gonna put your hands down, hop your feet up, do a push-up, hop your feet down, stand, and sit back down. So modification, you can just, put your feet up, back down. You can bring your knees to the mat to do the push-up, but let's do 10 to 12 of them. All right, so starting, so feet up. So it's like a sit burpee. With a push-up. Stand, sit, hands plant, stand, sit. Stand, sit. I want to go right into sitting. And hands plant, hop. There's 8. The couch is a little more forgiving to have maybe than a table or a bench. 9 or 10. Stand, sit. Let's do 3 more for 15. Just like a burpee. Getting a little bit of upper body in there. 2 more. One more. And okay. I think I need to turn this just a bit. We're going to do something using a bench or a seat. So it's going to be a one leg. So I'm going to stand on one leg. So I'm seated. Stand on one leg, turn, and then a squat. And then back to seat. So that one leg stand, square my hips, and do the squat, double squat. Back to seated. One leg. We'll do the other leg. Back. So modified would just be stand, sit. My bench is not that low. I think the couch, the other side, will be more challenging. I lift my left leg, stand on the right, turn, pivot. Turn. 9. 10. Let's do 15 on each side. 1. Turn, double squat. 2. 3. Turn, squat, 1 more on the right, and 15. Just for gonna come this way, seated. It's gonna be harder. Stand on the left, because it's a little lower for me. 1, 2, balance. Up. All the way up, pivot. That was 9 or 10. And we'll do a little upper body next. And 1 more. Up. And 15. All right. Let's do triceps. Or actually, we have incline push-ups here. So if you have a bench or couch, and then on the top, you're gonna bring your knee to the opposite elbow. So you'll do a push-up, knee to opposite elbow, touch your chest. So you have to turn your head and switch. Incline and twist of the hips. That's how low you want to get. So your head is above your hands. Twist. Exhale when you push. Twist. Try not to cheat yourself and just go halfway down. That was 15. Let's just do 5 more incline push-ups. And 20. Okay. So this one is going to be a modification of a hip bridge. So finding your bench or the couch and a mat. There's going to be a little bit of a variation. So you're close to it. Feet are up against. So I'm going to lift my hips up. Foot kicks up. Then the foot is going to thread through back up to the kick. So touch the ground. Come up so I'm at 90 degrees, kick up. Just going to do a little thread through. Kick up, back down. All the way up, a little bit of a shoulder, chest opener. So it's kick, just touch the ground, kick straight up. I kind of wiggle my shoulders underneath. Thread through, so it's a little hip rotation.
kick straight, thread through, so I'm up there the whole time, back down, wiggle my shoulders underneath, so I'm doing the bridge, up, as high as you can push, thread, and kick. Touch, and high as you can extend. Back down. You can also do these up against the wall. If you just have a wall, you can walk your feet, if you don't mind having your sneakers on the wall. I'm gonna do 15 total. I think that was 10. So 5 more. That thread just keeps us up there a little longer. Try to get your foot to the outside. I think we have 2 more. We'll go to the other side. This is really working my left hamstring. Kick, thread through, kick, and down. I think that was 15. I might have just, or 14. Okay, I'm going to switch sides. So all the way up on my right, fresh leg. It's been a little more rested. High as I can, thread through, kick back up. We'll try to wiggle my shoulders. I'm holding on to the mat so I don't push myself too far away from the bench. Modification would just be the double lift, like just right up there and back down. This is like a one leg hip extension. Touch and push back up. I think I've been pushing with both legs. A little cheating. It was 9 or 10, so 5 more. One. Two. Push on that right leg. Trying to keep my knee turned in. 2 more. And 1 more. All right. Okay, we'll go back to a little bit of arms here. I'm gonna do dips and little change. You're just gonna kick that leg out straight. So at the bottom, my foot's off the ground. Back up, I'm gonna alternate legs. So at the bottom, I'm straight leg. Trying to keep my weight in my upper body though, so I'm not using my legs to do the lift. So at that bottom range, you should have a straight leg hovering off the mat. Five more. Squeeze at the top. Did a bunch of push-ups. Okay, let's end with a 1-minute plank down the mat. Little bit of core. Starting. Shoulders are over the elbows. Try to keep my hands, my arms parallel. Hips are in line with the shoulders, so I'm not letting my hips dip low
or keeping my butt up in the air. "30 seconds more." Trying to engage the core. Slowing my breathing down. "10 seconds. And done. Okay, so might just stretch if anyone wants to stick around. I'm just gonna do a light stretch. Giving child's pose for about 20 seconds. Knees are turned out. Okay, you're just gonna come into a gentle low back stretch. So like either do low cobra, just kind of looking over each shoulder. Low cobra, you might just lift a little bit off the mat or extend your arms. I'm trying to open up my lower back after all that jumping. I'm gonna come into like a cat-cow, just pushing my hands into the floor, rounding the back, and like looking up, shifting side to side, stretching through the back for cat. Okay, just a hip opener. I'm just gonna shrink something down. Okay. This one is, I'm just gonna tuck one leg back, have the other leg out straight. If you just be mindful of your knees. This is gonna be just holding like a hip opener and hamstring stretch. I have to bend my knee before I straighten it out. Just gonna hold this for about a minute. The tight hips, tight hamstrings. Finding even just 15 minutes a day of the exercise in the morning, I really need to put extra time. Yesterday I did a little more stretching. Can get really tight from all the just weights, calisthenics. Haven't been able to get a massage. Definitely a luxury problem. So I want to put more time into foam rolling or just trying to hold these stretches for a minute at a time. Trying to tuck that back there. Or you could, if this doesn't feel comfortable on your knee at all, I would bring your foot in so your sneaker is touching the inner thigh. Just like safely kind of come out, swing the knee around front, same thing, sitting up, stretching down. With my knee behind me, I was getting a hip, just to open up my hips. Okay, then it's just gonna switch the same thing to the other side. So I'm gonna bring my right leg back,
So now my left leg is parallel to the mat. This is almost like an L. Just reaching into it. It's a compound stretch. We did a bunch of compound exercises today. The burpees. I like to do efficient exercises. We did the one leg lifts. More efficient would be double, but sometimes you just want to really focus on each leg, each arm. And then safely, I would kind of lean back to swing that lift, get my right leg out, bringing it in for another hamstring stretch. Might get a little lower this time. Okay, I'm actually gonna stand. We'll do quads, standing quads, just traditional. Kind of keeping my shoulders back. A lot of people are home right now. Really good to do some posture exercises or stretches throughout the day. Can just doing this a couple times a day. If you're at your desk, trying to sit up. Working the core a little bit helps so we're not rounded, looking at our phones, our computers. Or sitting. So we're just going to do one more standing here. And again into the hamstrings, controlled, coming down. The top of my head faces the floor. Trying to keep my shoulders away from my ears. Can swing, sway side to stretch out. Feel through the lower back on both sides. And then actually I'm just gonna do a twist on the mat. So lifting one leg, you can put both legs over to the side, but just one arm to the side. Get the supine twist. And then back to the middle. Hug both knees in. When my right leg is straight, swinging the left leg over, twisting to my left. And again to the middle. Stretching the lower back. I like to do that hip opener again. Or just stretching. Full body stretch. And okay, give it a good 10-minute stretch today.
All right, so I'll see you Friday.